You are listening to the BluJae Print Podcast. I'm your host, BluJae, and I'm so happy that you have chosen to join me today. Grab that cup of coffee and let me help you design the blueprint for your life so you can live optimally and soar through life feeling better than you ever have before. On today's episode of the BluJae Print Podcast, we are going to be discussing something a little bit bubbly. Hydrogen water. I'm sure you've heard of it. Is it the health hack of the century? That fountain of youth that we have been searching for? Or is it just a fizzy fad? Today, we will be looking at a summary of an article about hydrogen water. I think you're really going to enjoy this episode as we look at the science, the claims, and see, is it worth swapping out your typical water for this bubbly creation? I first started researching hydrogen water when I discovered my Melisani water system. Melisani had an option, a button on their countertop water system for hydrogen water. And that spurred on this desire to research what are the benefits of hydrogen water. Today we'll really get a sense of what those benefits are, and is this really just a fad? I think you're going to really enjoy the summary of this article. It's going to be really beneficial for those of you who may be drinking hydrogen water but don't really understand the benefits. And for those of you who have never even heard about hydrogen water, maybe this is something you'd want to look into, or maybe something that you feel isn't necessarily important for you. Now let's get started reading through this summary. Hydrogen water, extra healthy or a hoax? A systematic review, and this was posted on the NIH National Library of Medicine, PMC, PubMed Central, and there are quite a few different contributors to this article. And like I mentioned before, I did pare this down so we could really have a better understanding of what hydrogen is and look at the meat of the actual article. So I'm going to start reading now. Hydrogen-rich water has emerged as a novel approach in the field of health and wellness. It is believed to have therapeutic antioxidant properties that can neutralize harmful free radicals in the human body. It has also been shown to be beneficial in mitigating oxidative stress-induced damage through its anti-inflammatory and anti-apoptotic pathways. Introduction. All right. Hydrogen water, also known as hydrogen-rich water or hydrogenated water, is regularly water that has molecular hydrogen gas, or H2, added to it. Water can be hydrogenated by dissolving molecular hydrogen gas into water under elevated pressure, resulting in a supersaturated solution. The hydrogen molecules are extremely small, so they can easily penetrate water and stay dissolved for a while. Hydrogen-rich water has recently gained significant attention as a potential health-promoting beverage. Studies have been done on animals and humans in the last few decades using molecular hydrogen-enhanced water, showing antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and anti-apoptotic effects. Over the last few years, hydrogen-rich water has become the latest trend to target the global market in the health and wellness industry. Studies have been undertaken to understand its potential benefits. a randomized double-blind control trial showed that hydrogen-rich water could reduce inflammatory responses in adults, leading to increased antioxidant capacity in healthy adults. Healthy adults consumed either 1.5 liters a day of hydrogen-rich water or plain water. Through this systematic review, we aim to summarize current research findings related to the use of molecular hydrogen-enhanced water and its anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and anti-apoptotic impact. One of the first documented human studies on hydrogen-rich water was conducted in 2008. An experimental drink produced by dissolving hydrogen gas into water under high pressure. It was used for patients with type 2 diabetes or impaired glucose intolerance. Common medical disorders like hypertension, diabetes, atherosclerosis are associated with oxidative stress. Although the sample size was small, drinking hydrogen-rich water did have some benefits in preventing type 2 diabetes. Hydrogen-rich water can be consumed orally and can be produced in multiple ways, which include hydrogen-generating tablets, infusion machines, water generators, and ionizers. The effective delivery of hydrogen through inhalation might be difficult. An advantage of using hydrogen-rich water to deliver molecular hydrogen is that it can be easily administered and is portable. The beneficial effects can be seen even at a low concentration. I love that line. Even a small amount of hydrogen water is benefiting individuals. All right, so now we're going to go into a section where they talk about physical exercise and the health benefits of hydrogen water with physical exercise. All right. Physical activity is good for several reasons, offering numerous mental, emotional, and physical benefits. Yes, we already know that. Studies have also been done to see the effect of physical activity on mental health. That's on the rise right now. Some advocates of hydrogen-rich water believe it has the potential to provide multiple health benefits with physical exercise, like enhanced performance and recovery. Physical exercise can result in increased reactive oxygen species, which can cause damage to the tissue and fatigue. With most forms of exercise, sensations of fatigue and exhaustion occur after some time. Research has shown that drinking hydrogen-rich water before exercising can mitigate the effects of fatigue and build endurance. That's pretty big. Hydrogen-rich water administered pre-workout showed decreased blood lactic acid levels at a higher intensity and improved ventilatory efficiency. Pre-workout hydrogen-rich water has also been gaining traction. The supplementation of hydrogen-rich water prior to exercise in other studies has been shown to reduce fatigue as well as improved endurance in the later stages of repeated sprints. Studies have shown that antioxidant, anti-apoptotic, cytoprotective, and anti-inflammatory properties that hydrogen can exert on the cell. Hydrogen-rich water has the potential to be used for treatment of many diseases, including cardiovascular and neurodegenerative diseases, among others. Hydrogen-rich water can improve acidosis due to exercise, energy levels, and enhance muscular performance in athletes. Okay, so that is the section on hydrogen water and physical exercise. Now we're going to look at the impact on oxidative stress. And I think a lot more of us have oxidative stress than we realize. I know they talk about specific diseases, but I think a lot of us have some level of oxidative stress that we're constantly battling day to day. So I think this next section is really important. Oxidative stress is known to be a common cause of lifestyle-related diseases, the aging process, and even cancer. Reactive oxygen species are generated internally as we breathe and consume oxygen. Hydrogen is effective against oxidative stress and is also known for its anti-inflammatory, anti-allergy benefits. Hydrogen reduces the oxidative damage that occurs between biological molecules and hydroxyl radicals. With this reduction in oxidized macromolecules, there is a decrease in cellular and mitochondrial injuries. Another added advantage is that even at higher concentrations, hydrogen has no cytotoxicity. Also, in mixed deep diving gas, hydrogen gas is in high concentrations is used for inhalation to prevent arterial gas thrombi and to prevent decompression sickness. Isn't that so interesting? All right, now we're going to go on and talk about cardiovascular health and hydrogen water. The effect of molecular hydrogen on cardiovascular disease are interesting. Molecular hydrogen controls signal transduction and gene expression, suppressing pro-inflammatory cytokines and decreasing reactive oxygen species production. It also leads to the activation of nuclear factor erythroid 2 related factor 2 NRF2, antioxidant transcriptor factor. Even though hydrogen has antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, and anti-apoptotic effects, the exact mechanism of action is poorly understood. There are data to suggest that the mild hormetic-like effects of hydrogen might be responsible for these benefits, but more research is still needed. Next, we're going to be looking at mental health. Mental health is another aspect of today's world that cannot be ignored. As we move on from COVID-19 pandemic, it is crucial to understand the effect it had on our mental health. Higher rates of depression, anxiety, and stress were seen in general population in many countries. A study showed that subjects who drank hydrogen-rich water for 4 weeks had improved mood, anxiety, and overall mood. As you can see, mental health and hydrogen water do pair well together. Next, we are going to look at liver function and the benefits. As hydrogen-rich water decreases oxidative stress, a study was done on patients with chronic hepatitis B. Hepatitis B is a global health problem and can be life-threatening. Subjects were administered hydrogen-rich water 1,200 to 1,800 milliliters a day, twice a day, which improved their liver function and reduced HBV DNA. It also decreased oxidative stress in chronic hepatitis B patients. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease affects 25% of the population. Liver dysfunction can be caused by inflammation, oxidative stress, cellular signaling. It has been shown that the administration of hydrogen-rich water can have beneficial effects for these patients. All right, everyone. Now the effects on aging. And I feel like, especially within the last 10 to 20 years, aging is a very popular subject. We're all trying to stay as young as possible. We're thinking about longevity. So let's take a look at hydrogen, water, and aging. The risk factor for many cardiovascular diseases, neurodegenerative disorders, and even cancer is age. With hydrogen-rich water making news in the last few years, a study was undertaken to assess the effects of hydrogen-rich water in men and women above the age of 70 and whether it affected aging. It was found that drinking hydrogen-rich water for 6 months was harmless and also had a favorable effect on many of the factors associated with aging, like pain, metabolic processes in the brain, strength in the lower extremities, etc. Another study showed that hydrogen has anti-aging effects through the NRF2 pathway on a vascular endothelial cells. Therefore, it has the potential to increase longevity. This can even be seen after temporary exposure to hydrogen. Very cool, right? Especially for our loved ones as they age. All right, now let's just have a little bit of a discussion here. Hydrogen-rich water has gained worldwide attention over the last few years, given its potential health benefits. Hydrogen-rich water's effect on exercise capacity and physical endurance is of particular interest to individuals with a fondness for physical activity, like a lot of us out there. Additionally, the potential for a positive impact on cardiovascular function can reduce the risk of heart disease. Additionally, the possible effect of hydrogen-rich water on mental health is intriguing, with the initial results being encouraging. Also, its effect on anti-cancer properties holds promise in the field of oncology. Given its potential to positively impact liver function, anti-aging, and oxidative stress, hydrogen-rich water is a subject of ongoing research and growing interest. Hydrogen-rich water offers several potential strengths, including its antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, anti-apoptotic properties. It can also help decrease oxidative stress. Some studies showed that it may also improve physical endurance, cognitive function, and overall well-being. Moreover, hydrogen-rich water is mostly considered safe with no to minimal side effects. There is growing interest in the benefits of hydrogen-rich water, and it may also have potential applications in medical therapies. Hydrogen-rich water can aid in the excretion of toxins from the liver to the bile and promote their fecal excretion by enhancing the efflux pumps of the MRP2 and the P-glycoprotein. Comparison of hydrogen-rich water with other health supplements such as protein powder, herbal supplements, collagen, and vitamins is challenging yet essential, as they serve different purposes and can affect health and well-being. Over the last few decades, protein powder has become popular among individuals with an interest in physical activity, looking to support their fitness goals. There have been studies undertaken to assess the impact of protein powders on physical endurance and fitness. In healthy individuals undergoing chronic endurance training, protein supplements were shown to increase aerobic capacity further, improve the time trial performance, and lead to lean mass gain. Another study showed that the protein supplements and carbohydrate strategies in individuals undergoing endurance exercise can decrease muscle damage, but did not improve endurance capacity. High protein intake for prolonged periods has been linked to various health concerns, including increased risk of renal disorders, calcium metabolism, and progression of the coronary artery disease, and even cancer. There are not much data available specifically comparing protein powder and hydrogen-rich water strategies for individuals engaging in physical activity. A separate study was done on 89 individuals to see the effect of protein powder on whey or casein protein for 12 weeks of consumption on cholesterol levels. It caused decreased total cholesterol levels by 7% in the whey protein group compared to the baseline, and a 9% decrease in the whey protein group compared to the casein group. LDL levels were also decreased by 7% in the whey group compared to the baseline. Protein powder and hydrogen-rich water can both be a part of dietary regimen to support fitness goals. While hydrogen-rich water provides potential antioxidants and anti-inflammatory effects, protein supplementation is used for lean muscle gain and increased aerobic capacity. As medical science continues to evolve, we might better understand how these two strategies can be synergistically or in certain scenarios. Herbal supplements are commonly used in different parts of the world. Many factors affect the therapeutic effects of hydrogen-rich water, such as hydrogen concentration in water, hydrogenation methods, and best duration, etc. This, in turn, can lead to different results. As the hydrogen concentration and quality can vary in studies, it can be challenging to compare results. Although the results of many studies reviewed have been encouraging, it should be noted that many were conducted in animals and some used in small sample sizes. This can have an impact on statistical power of the research and the generalizability of findings. Research trials with a large sample size would be needed in the future. We also noticed that the studies on hydrogen-rich water primarily focused on short-term benefits and did not consider some of the long-term effects. I would be curious to see how this hydrogen water really does affect us long-term. I'm sure there are quite a few benefits. Some studies did not have a placebo control group, so it's difficult to determine whether the result could be attributed to hydrogen-rich water. Also, it should be noted that some of the studies might have been supported by organizations with interest in hydrogen-rich water products. that is something too to be aware of. There are many products out there that I'm sure are just trying to gain a buck, if you know what I mean. So be very careful if you listen to this podcast and hydrogen water has really inspired you to go looking for a product, a hydrogen water product, whether it be the Melisani system or the Echo, which are my top 2 favorite brands when it comes to hydrogen water. If you're looking at other less expensive options, just be very careful about which one you choose. All right, back to the summary. A proper conflict of interest analysis is required as we move forward. Over the last few years, there has been a better understanding of effects of hydrogen, with the studies showing that primary molecular target of hydrogen is porphyrin. The main target of hydrogen intracellularly is mitochondria, where oxidized porphyrin has been shown to be responsible for hydrogen's destruction of reactive oxygen species. Porphyrin has also been shown to rectify electron flow in disordered states. Quantum biology going forward can help us better understand the exact mechanism of molecular hydrogen on mitochondria. Hydrogen-rich water also leads to the activation of NRF2, which has been shown to have a positive impact on cardiovascular health and anti-aging effects. We should look forward to developing therapeutic protocols and validating the potential of hydrogen-rich water as a clinical setting. Conclusions. All right. Increased interest and continuous study are being directed towards the possible health advantages of hydrogen-rich water in a variety of areas, including physical endurance, exercise capacity, cardiovascular disease, liver function, COVID-19, mental health, anti-aging research, and oxidative stress. These potential consequences have aroused debate in the scientific and medical industries. Even though there are great potential in understanding the benefits of hydrogen-rich water, we still have to overcome the existing limitations. We need well-designed studies in humans with large sample sizes and long-term trials to ascertain the benefits. All right, so that is my summary of this article titled Hydrogen Water Extra Healthy or Just a Hoax. As you can see, they have proved that there are benefits. I'm really happy. I think they said in the article, and I'll have the article in the show notes, there were quite a few articles submitted for review. I think we could definitely take away that there are benefits when it comes to hydrogen water. I do encourage each of you to at least do research for yourself, formulate your own opinion on hydrogen water, and see how it could benefit you. I will continue to drink my hydrogen water each day. I think that it will benefit me long term. I do feel a difference, and that's just my personal experience, but I do know that each of us are created differently. And so your results will definitely be different than my results, but I do think you will see some length of benefit from hydrogen water.
Hi guys, welcome to Little BluJae's Magic. I'm your host, Little BluJae, and today we're going to be making hydrogen water. It's healthy for you. We can make like cold, normal, hot, and all different kinds of stuff. It's because of this, we're going to be making hydrogen water. And my favorite is obviously cold. And my mom's favorite is obviously normal, as known for BluJae. Let's get started, and we're going to make it right here. Let's get started with making it. Okay, so let's first do hydrogen water. And no. That's good. Let's make it. You're making it. Yes. Yeah. Water made out of normal. I'm gonna try it, and I'll give it a taste test. Let's look at it. It's good. It's awesome. You can make tea out of it, hot chocolate. It's crazy. And also, remember last time I said I had a wiggly tooth? I actually had 2 wiggly teeth. I lose these 2. And now I have a wiggly tooth again. Now, it bleeded to school at school today. So I hope you like this podcast. Subscribe and give us a big thumbs up. I hope you loved this video, and bye guys!
Well, that completes this week's episode all about hydrogen water. Whether you're a curious skeptic, a science enthusiast, or maybe just someone looking for the next best thing in hydration, I hope this episode has left you feeling enlightened and perhaps a little bit thirstier. If you loved today's episode of the BluJae Print Podcast, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend who might need a little hydration upgrade. I am BluJae. This is the BluJae Print Podcast. Now go into the world and soar like never before.